Medical marijuana. Hey, it's a fact of life. It's something that many people are aware of. California allows medical marijuana distribution points to exist. And sometimes people get medical marijuana and sometimes people don't, depending upon the availability of a distribution point to buy it. Well, that takes us to this week's case. It involves a couple in Costa Mesa, California. And they were severely disabled. Their doctors prescribed medical marijuana to deal with pain. Well, the city of Costa Mesa then passed an ordinance which shut down all facilities that distributed medical marijuana. This couple then said, well, wait a second, we're disabled. We are clearly disabled. It's recognized. And we clearly are covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. That's the act that provides that entrances must be compliant with certain codes so that people who are disabled in wheelchairs or in some other way challenged in terms of the way they can walk can get into buildings, that there must be handrails, various other things. Many of us are aware of all of that. So they said, under the ADA, we are at this point in time being discriminated against by the city of Costa Mesa because we're not allowed to get medical marijuana. We used to buy it, now we can't buy it because the city shut down all these dispensaries. Well, the case went forward because the Americans with Disabilities Act is a nationwide act, it's a federal act. It became a federal case, went to federal court, went all the way up to the Ninth Circuit. Ninth Circuit looked at this and they said, well, you know what we've got here is a situation where state law allows the prescription of medical marijuana, but federal law states that it's still illegal. Federal law provides for the Americans with Disabilities Act. Since federal law, the law that provides Americans with Disabilities Act, says marijuana is illegal, federal law does not provide the right to medical marijuana. Therefore, even though you contend you are being discriminated against here, that discrimination has to do with a substance that federal law says you have no right to. And since you have no right to it, you are not being discriminated against since no one has any right to it. Well, we bring you this case so that you can see sometimes the way in which state law and federal law are in conflict. And in this instance, the reason that the access to the medical marijuana was not allowed under the ADA was because federal law was consistent. It consistently stated there was no right to medical marijuana. Okay, this is somewhat of an interesting case, an area that's pretty controversial, i.e. getting medical marijuana. And it's a case we wanted to bring to you so you could understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.